big baby is back just 2 months after his last fight with the former champion Charles Martin. Some people like to say, well, this is really good, right? Only 2 months after it, he's different from the other heavyweights. He's active. But is that true, or is there something else going on? Is there some other motive? Not to mention, this undercard seems to be good, as it contains another highly doubted heavyweight, F.A. Ajagba, who maybe people don't know him specifically, but they definitely know his opponent, as he is the guy that walked out of the ring the second the first bell rang. Yep, he was the guy he was supposed to fight, but of course, that's its own thing, right? But F.A. Ajagba is back, and his opponent will surprise you, but we'll get to that later. Anyways, Jared Anderson fought July 1st, supposedly against some other dude, right? But he pulled out because of visa issues, and he ended up fighting Charles Martin, aka the former world champion, on, I would assume, I think 1 week notice or something like that, but it was really soon. And to some people, he was exposed, and to others, it's just a learning experience, right? Because Jared Anderson is 23 years old. Do not forget that. This man isn't 27 or 28, somewhere around there where he got his big man strength, right? Dude's still basically a kid. If he went to college, he'd probably just graduate. And he fought Charles Martin, which he won unanimous decision, knocking him down once. But in that fight, he was hurt pretty badly, especially in the second half of the fight, where Charles Martin's experience and power started not to truly overwhelm Anderson, but was posing a threat. But he did go the 10-round distance and won a unanimous decision. And 2 months later, August 26th, he is fighting Andrei Rudinko. To other people, that's, oh man, this man's getting busy. To me, I say there's something else going on. They're trying to get him back on his knockout streak because his opponent is 35-6, losing one by knockout, which is not that bad for a heavyweight anyways. Only one knockout loss in 6? That's pretty good. And he did lose to a decent opponent, or a pretty good opponent, in 2020 or 2019, basically the end anyways, being Zhilei Zhang, right, or Big Bang Zhang, the person who TKO'd Joe Joyce, right? But in 2021, he lost to a 18-0 fighter by TKO. That is actually the most recent fight, back in the end of 2021. But he has one fight afterwards where he got a knockout victory against a 2-10 opponent.
Bruh.
So not the best. And you may be saying, why do I think there's something else going on in the scenes? That's because F.A. Ajagba, the person I said was also on the undercard, is fighting. He is fighting Zan Kosobutsky, right? I'm sorry for butchering his name, but he is a 19-0 with 18 knockouts. If that sounds familiar, that is because that was supposed to be Jared Anderson's opponent before the whole visa issues. And he's fighting the dude on the undercard instead of Jared Anderson. And you could be saying, it's been 2 months. No one's forcing you to fight 2 months after your last fight. You could have waited at least until September. Or maybe even November, right? To get everything out of him, rest properly and all that stuff. But why 2 months afterwards against a dude whose last fight was against a 2-10 opponent? And of course, F.A. Ajagba he himself is a 17-1 fighter with 13 knockouts. That one loss was to the Cuban fighter Frank Sanchez, which is a very good fighter, although he never fights. And after his fight, he only fought twice. One was TKO, the other one was a unanimous decision. So what I think is going on is that they're sending in F.A. Ajagba kind of as a testing ground against Zan, right? Zan. Because that was supposed to be Anderson's opponent, and I think they're trying to figure out if he dodged a bullet. Because Anderson was hurt pretty badly at the end of the fight. He almost looked like he was going down, but the final bell saved him. So that's why I think they're throwing in F.A. Ajagba to try to be like, were we lucky that Anderson's opponent pulled out? But anyways, is this a very interesting match? No, it's not. It's going to be a knockout for Anderson. It's really just that. And the fact that his supposed opponent is on the undercard again, which is it's its own thing, but I think Ajagba could actually get KO'd. He only fought twice in the span of around 2 years, maybe a year and a half since his loss, which is not that bad actually. I think I might be over exaggerating that, but could he lose? I I don't know. He fought an undefeated opponent his last fight, unanimous decision. But that dude later got TKO'd by a dude with 9-1 and won. So, I don't know. But yeah, I just think they're just testing Zahn to see if they're gonna throw in Anderson with him again. You know, later on, probably not the end of the year, because if you're gonna fight him, they have to at least wait until like late January or something, or actually December, 4 months after. Or 3 months after, because it's gonna be the end of August that he's fighting in. But yeah. Well, anyways, this was just a video because I just realized when they said Ajagba was in the undercard, I saw a name. I was like, that looks familiar. It's the same dude. I was like, oh, there's something going on, because there's no way that he's on the undercard and not fighting Anderson. Like, I get it, 2 months after, but they could have done it in like November, easy. But like I said, anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. The next video will, I don't know, Charlo Canelo. But like I said, hope to catch you in the next one.